Hello, my friends, and welcome to Yoga by the Moon. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to guide you through a new moon practice for the new moon for July 14th of 2026. New moons are the beginning of the lunar cycle. It's a reset, starting over. Everything is fresh. New opportunities come in, and it's a time for starting new journeys, planting new seeds, setting new intentions. This particular new moon happens in the sign of Cancer during Cancer season. And Cancer is actually ruled by the moon. It's the only one of the zodiac signs that's ruled by the moon. So when a new moon in Cancer happens, it's intensified because it rules over Cancer, and so we have the Cancer energy and the moon energy, so everything is just that much more intensified. And Cancer is a nurturing and spiritual and emotional water sign. And so what a new moon in Cancer asks of us is to kind of hit an emotional reset in our lives, address deep self-nurturing and self-care so that we can really start fresh, like feel through all of our feelings so that all of those feelings that are kind of trapped in there don't get in the way of us embarking on something new. We tend to ourselves spiritually. We set intentions that really are about taking care of ourselves, about that nurturing energy, about that spiritual energy, about that tender loving care energy. So we really extend that inwards with this new moon. A lot of new moons are exciting and energetic, and this one is actually very down to earth and grounded and caring and self-loving and open heart. Cancer is also, because we talk about the nurturing and the emotional energies of Cancer, it's very, very an open-hearted sign. So we do a lot of heart opening and opening our hearts to what the universe has in store for us. So to begin our practice today, we can begin seated, any comfortable cross-legged position or one foot in front of the other as you see me here, however you feel comfortable. And our breath work that we're going to do today is box breathing. Box breathing is very, very simple, and it's exactly kind of what it sounds like. You breathe in a box shape. So you inhale through the nose for a 4 count. You hold that inhale for a 4 count. You exhale out the mouth for a 4 count. And then you hold that exhale for a 4 count. We're going to do a total of 4 of those. So a whole bunch of 4, kind of keeping that square shape, because square is all about balance. Square is all about kind of creating evenness. And if we want to release through the emotions, which box breathing is really great for doing. It's really great at regulating our nervous system so that we can really tend inward and releasing stored emotions. And if we really want to do that and tap into the energies of this new moon, let's kind of take that even shape. Let's kind of focus evenly and inward, and that will really, really help us find that centered path. Okay, so if you're ready to begin with breathing, our first inhale in the nose, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out the mouth, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale nose, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out the mouth, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 2 more in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out the mouth, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Last one in, 2, 3, 4, hold, Now just return to a normal breathing cycle, whatever that means to you, however it feels good to you. Notice how you feel. You might feel the same, you might feel different. No judgment, no necessary feelings. Just notice. Be with yourself. The more you can tune in to how you're feeling, the more you can tune in to what you're noticing, the more you can really tap into that self-love and that tender loving care and that self-nurturing, because you'll know where you need it the more you tune in. Let's just take a couple breaths to do that. Be with yourself. And on your next inhale, raise your right arm to the sky. As you exhale, bring that right arm to your left knee. Swim that left hand behind you like a kickstand and turn around and look over that right shoulder in an easy seat twist. Bringing out all of these stagnant emotions. We'll do a lot of twisting today to kind of release through stored emotions. That's the tip work today too. Or do it. One more breath in here. Exhale, come forward, center. Inhale your left arm to the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand to right knee. Swim those right fingers behind you like a kickstand. Turn around and look over that right shoulder. Easy seat twist the other way. Just bringing everything out like a wet washcloth, getting all that drops out of our bodies. Squeezing out that old residue to make room for the new. One more breath in here. Exhale, come back to center. And now we're going to bring the soles of our feet together in front of us, like a book. Close them like a book. You can keep your heels close or far away, whatever feels comfortable to you. I like to bring mine in close. And then take your hands and kind of clasp them together like this. And wrap them around the outside of your feet. Pull that chest through, and that will help open the space in your inner thighs right here. Stretching deeply into those hips. As I mentioned before, we're going to do some hip stretches today. We store a lot of our emotions in our hips, so releasing through our hips like this will really allow us to release through those stored emotions. And then tap into that tender, loving care that Cancer really asks of us. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, walk your hands forward and gently fold over your legs here in this butterfly posture. Releasing a little bit more. Surrendering to that new moon energy to create space for everything to come as we tend to ourselves. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, just walk those hands back on up. Keep that right foot in and stretch your left foot out long. And then just bring the sole of your right foot into the inner thigh on your left leg. Inhale, straight back, long, shoulders back and down. Reach your arms up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale as you fold forward over that leg. Maybe you can grab your toes, maybe you just grab your shin, maybe you even keep your hands up here on your thigh, wherever you are today in this Janu Sirsasana pose. It's technically head to knee pose, but the goal is not to bring your head towards your knee, it's to really bring your chest forward and to feel a nice stretch in that inner thigh and the back of that left leg. Releasing energies today. With every exhale, maybe you can bow a little deeper. Maybe you just energetically release a little bit more. One more breath in here. On an exhale, crawl back on up to the center. And then we're going to stretch our right leg out long and bring our left sole of our foot to the inner part of our right thigh. Nice tall spine, shoulders back and down. Inhale those arms up to the sky. And exhale as you fold over that right leg now. Pulling that chest through, really working on stretching the back of that right leg and doing your best to not round through your spine. You'll get a better stretch in the back of your leg if you don't round through your spine. If you round through your spine, you're going to notice more of a lower back stretch than a back of the leg stretch, and you really want to do your best to pull your chest through. So if that means that you need to back off to really do that, please do. One more deep breath in here on this side. Exhale as you come back on up to center. And then as you're ready, however you need to get there, make your way to tabletop position, hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, nice flat back, neutral neck. Strong tabletop position, pressing into those hands, pressing into the top of those legs as you keep that belly nice and strong. Then on an inhale, bring that belly towards the floor as you look up towards the ceiling. And then on an exhale, slowly round through that spine, lifting that spine vertebrae by vertebrae towards the ceiling, looking towards the mat. Inhale back into cow. Exhale round to cat. Take a few more cat-cow in your own breath, your own time. Just articulating through that spine, welcoming in some gentle movement. Once again, finding release wherever there may be some kinks. One more wherever you are. Then on an inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop position. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring our right leg parallel to our spine. And exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that right foot between your hands. We're going to sink into those hips into a nice low lunge position. Just keep your hands resting on that right thigh this time. You don't need to raise your arms today. We're really going to get into the front of that hip flexor today to really release into the hips, to get into that energy of Cancer and release that stored emotion. One more breath in like this. Then on an exhale, bring that left hand to the inner side of your right foot and raise your right arm to the sky as you look towards that right wall in a low lunge twist. Once again, wringing out that stale energy to make room for the new. One more breath in here. Exhale, plant that right hand on the outside of your right foot. Bring the right knee back to meet the left. In tabletop once again. Inhale, your left leg comes parallel to your spine. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that left foot between your hands. Rise on up. Rest those hands on that left thigh now so that we can really deeply stretch into that right hip flexor. Sink in low to do that. Breathe deep. Every exhale, sigh out something that isn't serving you. Just release. Today is all about release. You'll hear me say that word 1,000 more times. Letting go of things that don't serve us. One more breath like this. On an exhale, bring that right hand on the inside of the left foot and raise your left arm to the sky as you look towards that left side wall in a low lunge twist. Once again, wringing out that energy. Breathing. One more breath in. On an exhale, bring that left hand towards the mat and bring the left knee to meet the right. Back in tabletop position. Now curl those toes under and then lift those hips to the sky in downward facing dog. Generously bend one knee and straighten the other leg. And then shift to the opposite, bending the other knee and straightening the other leg. Pedaling those heels in downward dog. Getting a deeper stretch in the back of those legs. Walk your dog one or two more times. And then make your way to stillness in downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that right foot to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring the right foot between the hands. We're going to spin our left heel to the back right corner of our mat and plant the sole of that foot. As you rise on up, raise your arms to the sky in warrior one. Nice, strong warrior posture, looking forward to all that is to come with this new moon. And on an inhale, we're going to bring our right arm forward and our left arm back, reaching through that left side body. And when you can no longer reach without tilting your spine, straighten through that right leg and bring that right hand down, left arm to the sky in triangle pose. One breath here in triangle, and then on an exhale, our right hand is going to come down to the mat to replace the left, and we're going to turn towards the right side wall, bringing our right arm to the sky in revolved triangle. Twisting once again. Bring out those stale energies once again. One deep breath here. On an exhale, bring that right hand to the right outer right part of that right foot, and bend, fold forward over that right leg in pyramid pose, stretching through the back of that right leg, surrendering and bowing to the universe. One more deep breath like this. And make sure both hands are firmly planted into the mat as you bring that right foot back to meet the left in high plank. Shift your weight forward, bend at the elbows, chaturanga. Press on up to upward facing dog, and then lift those hips high to downward facing dog. Take a moment, reset, then inhale that left leg to the sky. Exhale as many steps as you need to get there. Bring that left foot between the hands. Spin your back right heel towards the back left corner of the mat and plant the sole of that foot. Rise on up, arms towards the sky, facing forward. Warrior one. Strong posture. This is as active as we're getting in this whole practice. So bear with me here. One more breath in here. And then reach that left arm forward, right arm back. Straightening through that left leg. Tilting into that left side body. And when you can no longer tilt without bending your spine, bring that left hand to the mat. Right arm to the sky. Triangle pose. One deep breath here. Exhale as you bring the right hand to replace the left. And then bring the left hand to the sky in revolved triangle. One more deep breath here. Exhale, bring the left hand to frame the left foot and bow over that left leg in pyramid pose. Stretching through the back of that hamstring, the whole back of that left leg. Exhale deeply to release and surrender even more. One more breath in like this. And on an exhale, instead of stepping the left foot back to meet the right, we're going to step the right foot forward to meet the left in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way on up to mountain pose. Arms overhead, bringing those hands towards heart center. And then stepping those feet out wide. Turning your toes out, heels pointed in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring them all the way down to the floor. Swan dive into a wide-legged forward fold. Have a nice little buoyancy to those knees. Don't lock out those knees so you don't hurt yourself. But get a good stretch on those inner thighs. back of those legs. Bring the left hand directly under your face in the center, and then raise that right arm to the sky and look up to the ceiling. In a wide leg forward fold twist. Bringing things out once again. One deep breath in. Exhale as you bring the right hand to replace the left and lift the left arm to the sky, twisting the other way. Deep breath in. Exhale as you bring the left hand to the mat. And this time we're going to step our feet back into high plank. Hold here for just one breath. And then deep inhale, and then on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down onto the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the mat into cobra. Exhale, forward fold. 3 more like that. Inhale, lift, cobra. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift to cobra. Exhale, down. Last one up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, all the way down. This time, bring your hands down towards your hips, thighs, palms facing up. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders and our thighs off the mat into locust pose to really open that heart. So inhale deep, lift everything off the mat. Open that heart, move in that forward direction for the new energy of the new moon. One more breath in here. Exhale down. Hands under shoulders, and then press on up to hands and knees position. Tabletop, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, flat back, neutral neck. Inhale, raise the right arm to the sky. Exhale, right arm comes between your left arm and left leg as you bring your shoulder all the way down to the mat. And thread the needle pose. Nice shoulder stretch. Another deep, tender, loving care, nurturing posture. One more breath here. Exhale, come back to neutral tabletop. On your next inhale, raise your left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread that left hand between your right arm and right leg, bringing that shoulder to the mat. In, thread the needle pose. Bringing out all those old emotions, all those stored energies to create space for the new. So we're tending to ourselves with the energy of Cancer and making space for the new energies that come with this new moon. This emotional reset, this cycle reset, resetting ourselves. One more breath in here. On an exhale, press back on up to tabletop position. Inhale deeply as you gently walk your hands forward, and then exhale as you melt your heart towards the mat, bringing that chest down, keeping those hips where they are. In puppy pose, a nice deep open heart posture, really tending to those energies of Cancer, opening our hearts, surrendering to the universe, tending to ourselves, trusting the path ahead with an open heart. One more breath in here. On an exhale, walk those hands back on up and to tabletop. Inhale, your right leg comes parallel to your spine. Exhale. This time we're going to step our right foot to the outer right part of the mat. So both of our hands are to the left of our right leg. Walk that left knee back if you need to. And this is a deep lizard lunge stretch. Really getting deep into that right inner thigh and that left hip flexor. Doing some last hip opening work to tend to those stored emotions. One more breath in like this. And then on an exhale, kind of heel toe that right foot all the way across to the left side of your mat and sink down with that right leg in front of you. Here in pigeon pose, opening deeper into that outer right hip now. Stay up. Instead of bowing down into sleeping pigeon, unless sleeping pigeon feels good to you. But staying up kind of opens that heart to tap into that energy of Cancer, leading with our hearts as we tend to ourselves. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, bring that right knee back to meet the left in tabletop position. Inhale, left leg comes parallel to your spine. Exhale, left foot comes to the outer left part of your mat. Crawl that right knee back. Lizard lunge on the other side. Deep inner thigh stretch. Tending to ourselves deeply. So extend your exhales, because science has shown that when you have a longer exhale than you do an inhale, you regulate your nervous system, you calm yourself, and you're able to release more. One more deep breath in here. And then on an exhale, heel toe that left foot across to the right side of your mat and sink down into that outer right thigh now. Outer left thigh, excuse me. Once again, staying up into proud pigeon with that open heart. Leading with our emotions, leading with our open heart of Cancer. Tending to our emotions in this so tender, loving care, emotional reset that is this new moon. One more deep breath in here. And on an exhale, bring that left knee back to meet the right. And then do what I like to call the yogi pancake and flip onto your back. We're going to plant the soles of our feet on the mat, lifting those knees to the sky. Hands come to the side, bring those shoulder blades back and down. Then on your next inhale, lift those hips towards the sky. Clasp your hands together to really crawl those shoulder blades underneath you even more and open that heart. Lifting our hearts to the sky, lifting our hearts towards that moon to show it that we have this open heart. We're opening ourselves up to this emotional reset, and we are open to all the opportunity the moon will give us. One more deep breath in here. On an exhale, release those hands and lower those hips back down to the mat. And now you can slowly crawl your right foot down to the bottom of the mat, followed by the left. If it feels safe or comfortable to do so, you may have a soft gaze or close your eyes. But we'll take a few moments here in Shavasana as I guide you through the meditation for this new moon practice. Welcome to this guided meditation for the new moon in Cancer. Find yourself really comfy, nice, straight back, whatever feels right and good. And now bring awareness to your breath. Just notice it flowing in and out, gentle and natural. No need to control it, just noticing, like the rhythm of the tide. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This ebb and flow is a lovely reminder that life moves in cycles, sometimes drawing us in, sometimes inviting us to release. The new moon is a time to draw things in, which is exactly what we're going to do in this guided meditation. So just allow yourself to fully arrive in this moment and really try to relax. Gift yourself this time to be fully present, fully open. The energy of the new moon invites us to turn inward, excuse me, to listen to ourselves deeply and to offer ourselves the kindness and nurturing we so often reserve for others. Take one more deep breath in and sigh it out. I want you to picture a calm, sheltered beach under a velvet night sky. The sky is full of stars which illuminate the beach with a very gentle light. Really place yourself into this image. Sit on the sand and feel yourself there. Connect to all of your senses and notice how you're feeling, what you see, what you smell, what you hear. The new moon is above you, but you can't see it. You can sense its presence, though. It is an energy that is promising new beginnings. Nearby you on the sand, you notice a crab. It is small, steady, and sure of itself. It moves slowly, but with great awareness. As you sit on the sand and watch this crab, feel its quiet strength trickle into you. Notice how it moves with the rhythm of the sea, flowing the ebb and flow, trusting the cycles. It moves with ease and grace, focused on where it's going, and not letting the waves get in the way. It feels like it's here to show you how to trust your own natural rhythms, your own inner knowing, your intuition. Now, bring your attention inwards to your body, to your heart, to your mind. Have you recently had feelings that have been quietly whispering beneath the surface? You don't need to push or force anything here. Just have a gentle scan of your mind and heart and connect to whatever is there. The new moon's energy is tender and supportive, and this is a safe space for vulnerability. Imagine yourself wrapped in a soft, warm blanket full of nurturing energy. It feels like a gentle hug from yourself. It feels like the self-care that maybe has been lacking recently. So what does your heart need right now? What is it that you want to call in with this new moon? I'm going to give you some time now to set an intention for this lunar cycle. Something that feels true and necessary. Now come back to the beach and look at the water in front of you. When you're ready, say your intention quietly in your mind, or out loud if that feels right to you. And as you speak your intention, whether it's out loud or in your mind, allow it to settle within you. You can imagine this like a smooth pebble sinking gently into the sand, held by the rhythm of the waves. You can picture this intention as a pebble as many times as it takes for it to really settle within you. If an emotion rises with this, be it sadness, hope, uncertainty, just welcome it in, acknowledge it, and really sit with that emotion. Thank it for the message it brings. Don't forget that vulnerability is a sign of strength. It is a bridge to deeper understanding and healing. Never reject vulnerability. It's courageous and necessary. Remember, just as the crab carries its home with it, you carry your intuition with you wherever you go. And you can always return to this place of calm, nurturing energy, of trust in your own wisdom. Just come back to this beach with a few intentional breaths. Take a few more breaths now, feeling grounded and connected, ready to move forward with kindness and clarity. And as you're ready, you can gently flutter your eyes open, carrying this sense of calm and intention with you. I would encourage you to write your intention down, maybe even think of 2 or 3 actions that will move you closer to your goal. I hope you enjoyed this energy that you got from this new moon in Cancer. And I hope you enjoyed this practice with me. It is always my humble honor to have you share in this journey here with me and this beautiful Yoga by the Moon community. And I can't wait to practice the first quarter moon with you next. In the meantime, from my heart to yours,